Hello friends, and welcome to our next Diary of Jolene video. Today we will go over the timeline of Jolene up to the current 10,000 kilometer mark. Thank you for spending some time with us.
This is one, verse 1. In the beginning, in the beginning, yeah,
Jolene was purchased on July 10, 2024. The purchase was 60,000 Rand for a 90,000 kilometer Opel Corsa 1.6 SI. This was the sounds from a stock Jolene. These clips are amplified as the car was as quiet as a whisper. However, the moment my husband drove it properly, we knew something was not right.
Hi guys, the motor would jerk under heavy boost and lose power under long open throttle moments like climbing the M19 into Pinetown. Under heavy load in first, we also noticed the drive shaft would sway the car on the left. But to be fair, we expected there to be around 30,000 Rands worth of damage on the car and were prepared for side shafts, wheels and tires, cam belt replacement and air conditioner service. We did not expect a new car for the price we paid. Little did we know this was the least of our issues.
Unfortunately, we did not video those moments as we did not feel the need to. It was only as we noticed how bad things got that we started recording it. Unfortunately, however, this was where the problems all started. One mag was warped and had to be repaired. The drive shaft was also found to be faulty along with one gearbox mounting. I had taken the car to a CV joint specialist in Pinetown that charged me to change the gearbox mount and the inner and outer driveline joints. Unfortunately, however, later down the line, we found out that they never changed this mounting or the outer drive shafts. Not only did every shop I went to try and charge me an arm and a leg for parts, but they did not even change all the parts and had to be fought with. And that's when the head gasket blew.
You're dead! Dead!
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker!
Up to the task, my husband tackled the head gasket. We skimmed the head, then used a spacer to accommodate the wear. We knew, however, this was temporary and needed to quickly source a new motor or a new head.
This here was the first rebuild and showed us the internals of the motor, prepping us for the future build. We immediately understood that we had bought a car that had been driven well over 200,000 kilometers and had seen many head gasket failures and terrible maintenance. We also installed the boost gauge at this point as tool to see what was actually happening when we were losing power. All this work was done in our garden with help from friends and family. We would again like to thank all those people for their time and effort. It could not be accomplished without you.
I always tell people that you can call me anything that you want, but don't ever call me a self-made man. And it gives the wrong impression that we can do it alone. None of us can. The whole concept of the self-made man or woman is a myth.
This victory was short-lived, however. Coming up the M19 into Pinetown, the motor blew up. We had found the head to be cracked, allowing boost to escape and pressurize the water system once the head was hot.
Tired of struggling, I then decided to replace the head and rebuild the top end. But it did not go as easy as I thought it would. As the head was pre-variable valve timing, we were not able to purchase it new anymore. As per the General Motors agent, all we could do was buy a new car. Secondhand, the few heads available were selling for 12,000 Rand. But every one of these heads we inspected were just as bad or worse off than our head. We realized we could trust no one as it was all a money-making scam. Thus I went to work on finding a solution. From research I found the Chevy Cruze 1.8 motor to be strikingly similar to our motor with minor details. The main issue, however, would be the variable valve timing on this motor. As per the pictures, the main difference would be the angular thrust washer area that is wider for the VVT cam, but replacing the cams make the timing impossible to perform.
After visiting multiple well-established machine shops, it was clear no one was willing to machine the area to our 0.02mm tolerance. We were told to give up and purchase a new motor.
Needless to say, this frustrated me to my very core. Nobody cared enough to assist. No one could care less in what predicament you are in. So I went about proving everyone wrong by utilizing every bit of resources that I could dot with help from my mates. We manufactured the required tooling and performed the machining ourselves. The thrust area had to be machined, and obviously once that was done, porting, guiding, and rebuilding all had to be done. As per below, I made plugs for the VVTi sensor holes that allowed all flow to the cams. The block was honed with new rings fitted and new rod bolts. The inlet side of the head was also slightly different, and the intake had to be modified slightly to work. Now for the real test, does it start? Few moments in life are this stressful.
Great success. Service, giving to another, having their back, is what makes the highest performing teams in the world. Not their strength and not their intelligence. It's their willingness to be there for each other.
Thank you to all those who were willing to be there. With us, when the metal met up with the meat, you are highly appreciated. Seems pretty good to me. On with the assembly. Purring in silence. This is the way.
Do you know the way?
Needless to say, I was extremely happy with the rebuild.
I asked for strength, and God gave me difficulties. I asked for courage, and God gave me dangers.
With the motor now running, it was time to repair all the items around it. As it is a daily driver, my husband performs these repairs all in his off time, after hours and weekends. The repairs done are as follows, but not limited to: new K03 Turbo with 120mm downpipe, 18 straight pipe with a 110mm resonator tip, fuel tank, fuel lines and injectors cleaned, fuel purge system repaired, new non-return valves on the PCV and vacuum system, new radiator, water pump and coolant bottle, new radio and sound system, repairs and paint to the cracked intercooler. This was the stock exhaust after the rebuild. And this was after the new exhaust. Yes, please. As the standard fuel pressure regulator failed, we first installed a TOMI regulator. This failed and a TurboSmart regulator was fitted. This is still the current fuel control system. This was the completely blocked catalytic converter. This and the blocked and corroded boxes are the cause of the open pipe. The new exhaust is a straight-through 80mm pipe with a 110mm resonator box on the tip. Yes, you can hear the spool on idle. At this point we found a leak in the radiator and decided to replace it. The radiator is from the 1.4 turbo diesel Casa. This sits slightly further back than the stock radiator and allows for a bigger intercooler, a mod we have planned for later on. We also repaired and painted the stock intercooler that had 2 cracks. The manifold was also badly cracked. This has been replaced recently and really brought the spool up to a new level. At 5,000 kilometers, we performed the first oil filter replacement and oil replacement. Why Castrol? We couldn't see too much, but damn, she looked like a clean girl to me.
Is that your fantasy?
We've been handed an incredible opportunity here, Peck.
The universe is talking to us right now. You just gotta listen.
See, this is the good part, Pecker. That's when the job gets fun.
Yeah.
Ask, and you shall receive.
All right.
You play ball, we play ball. I know you want the goodies.
Welcome to the goodie room.
You paying attention? Because I'm talking G5 for the Pecker. That's how you're gonna roll. No more frequent flyer bitch miles from my boy. Oh yeah. Player. Player. Big dick player.
Swinging past your knees.
Big dick, baby.
Yep.
The sound of the exhaust, the thrill of the boost, this makes it all worth it. Thank everyone who has helped us to succeed with this opportunity. More work was done between the 5 and 10,000 kilometer mark. All new engine and gearbox mountings were fitted. The gearbox mounting bush had to be made by my husband as it can no longer be ordered in South Africa. We opened up the tappet cover to replace the PCV valve and check the cam, head and machined areas for wear or heat marks. Needless to say, she's still beautiful inside. 3 of 5 mechanics told us to rebuild the motor when the PCV valve failed. One told us they don't know. We were told to spend nearly 6,000 rand to replace the cam cover by the agent. With some research, however, you can find this valve for 500 rand at your nearest spares shop and can replace it within 2 hours. A new oil catch can was installed as well, and then the 10,000 kilometers oil and filter change was done. We are also slowly repairing the outside now. We have modified the grille and the bumper to allow more airflow to the intercooler. We have also raised the bonnet to assist with heat escaping the engine bay. Boy, does it get hot in there.
Where do you go to? You wake up on a morning, it's cold, it's wet, it's dark, you've got no cartilage in your knee, you've got shitty shorts, whatever it is that's the issue today.
Keep talking.
It's warm on the couch, your missus says stay in bed, it's comfy, it's cozy, you've got work later on, you had an argument last night, you're slightly hungover.
Cause I know every motherfucker ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. So many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch.
Ah, the future of Jolene. I can only envision a time where nothing goes wrong and everything works perfectly. I am sure we will get there, but this is not that day. Now that most of the motor is repaired and running, we are focusing on the smaller items such as interior and exterior design and getting the car to run without fault like a new car. There is no point for things to look pretty if they don't work correctly. Thus, Items such as the catch can and PCV valve piping need to be rerun. We still need to replace the fan resistor currently working on a switch, and we definitely have a wiring issue that gets wet somewhere and causes a fault when standing in heavy rain. We are also currently saving for forged internals to do a full forged rebuild of this motor. I can't wait for this. But this rebuild will encompass a copper clutch and a LSD rebuild on the box. We hope to have everything ready to start the build in December 2025. But before then, we have ordered a new aluminum can cover and PCV system that should be here mid-2025. We hope to have many more videos like this with many more thousands of miles of smiles and victory. Thank you for spending your time with us. Without you all, this could not be done.